Hey guys, it's Patricia of Venice here. Sorry, no face cam this time because I'm ugly. Also, I lost the cord for the webcam. I'll find it before the next video. But I figured I owed you guys a video because we're so close. Tomorrow's the big day, the election, and if you don't vote, shame on you. At least vote for the sweet meteor of death. Bring it back, baby. But in all seriousness, the time is now. The end times have come. It's all over. But the crying for whoever wins or loses tomorrow, I suppose. Looking at the national polling for today, we can't help but see Biden being up 8.6%. And I know a lot of people out there who are Republicans are saying, "Oh well, Patrician, we don't believe the polls, and the polls are wrong last time, they'll be wrong this time." And the only thing I have to say to that is, yes, polling is a popularity contest, and it doesn't necessarily mean people are going to go out and vote, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that these polls are inevitable to happen that way. The one thing that we have to understand, though, is that polling is an excessive, the only accessible way to figure out what's going on, and it's our best look into the ideology of the people answering these polls. Um, I will say the only thing that the polls don't really give you is the fervor of the base. So I really don't think it puts into place the amount of support, or the amount of fervor Trump supporters have comparatively to Biden supporters. As you've seen over the last couple of weeks, Joe Biden struggled just to fill just parking lots of people coming to see him comparatively to Trump, who's had in the thousands for every single event there. That doesn't mean any of these people are going to go out to vote, or it doesn't mean that the people who didn't show up for Biden aren't going to go to vote. I'm just saying there's a willingness and a drive for the Trump fan base to continually move forward. And for people who don't necessarily like the 538 polling, I understand, and I'm gonna try to be as honest and non-biased as possible here. So we're gonna look at the Trafalgar or polls too, and the Trafalgar Group, for those of you who don't know, predicted Trump to win last election, and they were one of I think two websites to accurately predict Trump from winning, which was pretty incredible that in itself. And I believe their main point of polling is that there's a secret Trump vote out there who are too afraid to say they're voting for him, which I believe in some capacity, but I don't necessarily believe it into the polling numbers that they give them. But from the way Trafalgar shows, as you can see, Ohio, Trump getting 49%. Yeah, okay. Michigan, 48% for Donald Trump, 45 Joe Biden. It's these crazy, pretty good for Republican states. That being said, or being good for Trump in these states. That being said, states like Nevada, obviously Joe Biden's going to win Nevada. Joe Biden's going to win California. All the states that always go blue, Minnesota. But it likes to put at least a positive spin on Republicans for these states. These were loaded before. I don't know why they unloaded now. Um, anyway, just we're gonna do some two or two. Was it 270? Yeah, I think so. And we're gonna do some polling ourselves here, and we're gonna reset this map to blank, and we're gonna fill in the Democrat guaranteed states. We're gonna go Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico. We're gonna go Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. We're gonna go Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, all these states, uh, Delaware, Maryland, DC, but I can't click on DC, Virginia. These are all gonna go blue, no doubt. At least in my opinion, no doubt. Republican states, we got Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah. Um, then we got Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. I can't remember what this state is. I'm sorry, whoever lives in uh, that state specifically. Indiana, I think, is going to go red too. West Virginia is definitely going to go red. And maybe Ohio. All of these states that are brown are up in the air. Florida, I think, is winnable for the president. And so if he wins Florida, he gets 224. And then all he needs to win is North Carolina and Pennsylvania. And then he needs to win Iowa and Arizona. And that would be just barely winning there. Or he can win Michigan and blow it out of the water. That being said, going back, pretending that none of this happened, I think I made that unbiased. Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot? Forgot Alaska and Hawaii. That being said, if at any point Donald Trump loses Florida tomorrow, it's over. It doesn't matter. I mean, all Joe Biden has to do then is win Michigan, or he has to win Pennsylvania. It's over. It doesn't matter. That being said, if Donald Trump wins Florida and wins every other state but Pennsylvania, he can win, but it's more likely just to bet it on Pennsylvania. So it's just a matter of getting there, honestly. Honestly. If I had to make the prediction, I'd say if Trump wins Florida, I'd say he wins Arizona. And I'm not really sure. I'd say he wins Iowa as well. The only two states I'm not sure of are Michigan and Pennsylvania. And I mean, this is really going to be the one that decides the election. So, I mean, if, if Florida goes blue tomorrow night, just go to bed, Republicans. It's not worth it. If Democrats, if Pennsylvania goes red and Florida's red, go to bed. This election's not going to be fun for anybody until we know, and it's still going to be 2 or 3 days out with electoral counting via mail and absentee ballots. So I mean, really, the whole world is on its head right now. And if I had to make a prediction, this is what the night will look out before Pennsylvania and Michigan are decided, and this is probably the best accurate belief I can put on here with being as fair as I can to both candidates. And if I'm wrong and it's a huge blowout for Joe Biden and Joe Biden wins Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, Arizona, not Idaho. I don't know why I was clicking Idaho. But if it looks something like this, it's obviously 334. That's incredible. Or if we're going to go miraculous Trump victory of Florida, Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, it's 295. Again, it's not really questionable at that point. But ideally, at the end of the day, we don't. I mean, ideally for me, Trump wins. If he doesn't, oh well. It's not the end of the world. But we're at a good place for Trump to secure victory, or we're at a good place for Biden to secure victory. So I suppose it doesn't entirely, it's going to be a nail biter to the end. The only way it's going to end very fast is if this goes blue and it's over, because this is exactly how it will look probably. So as long as Florida goes red, the night is still young. And that's all the time we really have for it today, because when it comes to an electoral map, I'm going to pull all my hair out before I strategize my way to wanting to kill myself. So, and you know, until then, it's been a good time talking to you. It's been a good time enjoying this electoral hellscape. And if I'm not dead by November 4th, you know, I'll make another video. If I'm not either hungover from Trump winning or hungover from Trump losing. So until then.